Team Chandler has now won 3 weeks in a row, and it seems unlikely that Team McGregor are going to be able to catch up. I'm going to recap episode 3 of The Ultimate Fighter, but before I do that, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe as we have brand new videos every single week. But before I actually get into it, my audio might be a little bit worse than usual because it is red hot and I've got to have a fan on. So apologies in advance. So this week we started with Conor McGregor singing a lovely little song. And he told his team to just have a song in their head and have fun with it while they're training, which I think is a good mindset to have. But this week we've got Aaron McKenzie versus Austin Hubbard, and we get to hear about them straight away. I just hope it's not about them crying about missing their families again. I want my mummy. I want my mummy. McKenzie has 11 wins and is a former lightweight champion for LFA, which is Legacy Fighting Alliance. It's not an organisation I'm particularly familiar with, but it seems a lot of the prospects on this series are from there. Which is a bit strange to me because I find it weird to call someone a prospect when they're a former champion and they've got 11 wins on their record. But anyway, it's nice this time around. We actually got to just see these guys preparing and details in how they plan to fight, because it felt like last week we just got a little bit of a sob story and that was it. So Aaron's team really seemed focused on getting through Austin's leg kicks and breaking through and getting the takedowns, which is a good way to really let us see how they're planning to fight, and I really want to see more of this stuff going forward. And then Aaron got this big kick right in his ribs and he seemed to be in quite a lot of pain, and Conor did this technique where he said, so you visualize the pain and then you sort of take it and you throw it away, which I think really highlights how much of a mental sport this sport actually is. And then we move on to Austin. Usually I kind of mock the sob stories and I'm not really into them, but you know, Austin's lost his brother recently and a baby, and he's working in the construction site with his father-in-law, and he's got a daughter he's trying to raise, and they're trying to get money for a house. And so, you know, the Ultimate Fighters are a really good opportunity for them. And, you know, usually I'm not a big fan of these sub-stories, but because they seem somewhat disingenuous, but this one felt real and felt very heartfelt, and it felt like it meant a lot. And so, you know, I'm not against hearing these sort of stories and these backgrounds, but it has to mean something and it has to be real, and this one really did. So then we had Conor come along and he met a kid who builds little miniature figurines, or specifically of Conor. And you know, it's quite fun, and it's nice that this guy gets to meet one of his idols, and then Conor give him a nice big wad of cash and took the figures off him. So that was nice. So he got to meet his idol and make a couple of quid.
Come with the money, brother. Let's go.
Then we move on to the actual fight. Austin came out really strong. He had incredibly high level, fast striking, and was really giving Aaron a lot of problems on the feet. But finally Aaron managed to close that distance and get him clinched up against the fence, but he messed it up. And then immediately he'd given his back to Austin, and Austin just started wailing on him and dropped him with some nasty strikes, and I thought he was going to finish him, but you know, Aaron managed to survive, but he was drenched in blood. But Aaron came out with much more confidence at the start of the second round and seemed to have having some success on the feet. He was hitting a lot of leg kicks, he was following those up with strikes, he was closing the distance, getting Austin up in the clinch, but Austin was just too good. He knew exactly what he needed to do. His takedown defense was good. His positioning was fantastic. He had excellent striking and incredible power. And Aaron just was not good enough. And Austin got the decision win, which means that's a third loss in a row for Team McGregor. So now Team McGregor has lost 3 weeks in a row, and it seems unlikely that they're going to be able to catch up. But don't forget, this is reality TV, and the reality can often be twisted. It's clear to me that all of these fights are filmed on the same day, and the reason you can tell is because Conor wears the exact same suit every single time. Usually for continuity, these guys would all be wearing the same thing. It's why they wear the tough outfits with the red and blue vests, but with Conor wearing that suit, it's clear that these are not filmed on a week-to-week basis, but they're all filmed in one go, or maybe 2 days at the most. So these fights can be shown in any continuity that they want. They don't have to necessarily be in chronological order, because then that allows you to tell a different story. So say for example, Conor could have actually won the first fight and Chandler won the second and the third, and then lost the fourth and the fifth, and then Chandler won the sixth. So then you can sort of tell this out of order and create that story that you want, and you can create a comeback story for Team Conor. Or maybe Team Conor is just that bad and they've lost everything. But we'll see. I think with this sort of reality TV, you have to take it all with a pinch of salt. But I do think that's all we've got time for. Thank you for watching. If you can like, comment and subscribe, it really does help us out.